Welcome back. Well, a new study has revealed employers are increasingly tracking their workers via GPS. The research found more than a third of all employees are being monitored by their boss, and most are completely unaware they're being watched. Half of them are being tracked on their mobile phone, while others are being tracked via GPS in their car. Now, employers say they're doing it for safety reasons, but employees say it's an invasion of privacy.
Let's get today's take on this with Shelly Horton and Ross Greenwood. Shelly, 10% of employees are being tracked 24 hours a day.
No.
This is creepy, yeah?
This is actually sneaky Big Brother stuff. I mean, safety reasons, I can understand if maybe you're a pizza delivery person or someone where you're actually going to be putting yourself in a little bit of potential harm because you're going to strangers' houses. But there's not 10% of the population that have jobs that require full-time travel, and we don't work 24 hours a day. So I'm not happy about them monitoring 24 hours a day. I think you need to know about it. I think you need to be able to opt out and say, I feel safe, thanks. You don't need to be watching me. And I think that they just got to let you know. Like, it just doesn't seem right.
Well, what are the legalities here, Ross?
Well,
I mean, are employees bound to tell their workers that they're being tracked?
You would imagine they should.
Would have thought so.
That should be part of the company ethics anyways. That you'd imagine that would be number one. But number two, if you're an employee, what part of you doesn't imagine you're not being tracked? If you have been given a device by your employer and you're a delivery driver, you say 10%. 10% is 1.2 million people. 1 in 10. You think about the number of people driving on roads right now in trucks and cars and all that type of thing. Transport industry, massive. You know, all this type of thing. It's not as though we're talking about an office worker going to the loo. We're actually talking about people who are genuinely doing deliveries and on the road constantly. And so therefore, it's not just a matter of safety, it's a matter of productivity, knowing where that person is, making certain that deliveries are going on time. When you go and order online shopping, you want it there on time. When these days you can actually watch it being delivered to your door. When you've got an Uber, you can watch it being delivered to your door. Do you imagine that person's not being tracked? Of course they are.
When does it become an invasion of privacy?
Yeah,
it becomes...
The employers are not saying it's for productivity, they're saying it's for safety. So they're lying.
Well, the productivity and safety are two different things. Knowing where your employee is at all time. If you're a delivery driver and you suddenly get hijacked...
24 hours a day, though.
If you're a cab driver, from a safety point of view...
Maybe for your shift, your 8-hour shift, not 24 hours.
Well, can I just say, if you're given a device by your employer, it's their device. They can track their device. If that happens to be with you. So leave it at home.
I think everyone should just go into their phone and turn off GPS tracking.
All right, let us know what you think about this at home. Let's move on, because this morning, controversial Green Senator Lee Rhiannon is calling for the reading of the Lord's Prayer at the opening of each Parliament each morning to be scrapped. The MP says the tradition is insulting to non-religious Australians and should instead be replaced with a minute's silence. It comes as the latest census results last week revealed almost a third of Aussies have abandoned religion. Ross, the opening of Parliament, the Lord's Prayer, has been done for over a century. Is it outdated? I mean, should we have neither and just... Maybe they should just get on with the job?
Well, I think just get on with the job.
Yeah.
That's my gut feel. Look, I understand that people who are of religion would say we are a Judeo-Christian society based on all of that, and this is part of our culture and part of our history. I get that thoroughly. I think that the world and even our nation is moving on beyond that right now. And as a result, what you do is you simply sit there and don't pretend that we are living in the 1950s and 1920s or 1910, that we are living in 2017 and beyond. You've got to look to the future of your community and where it's going to, and I don't think this necessarily reflects where we're going to, notwithstanding the tradition, and I can understand so many people would be emotive about this issue.
Shelley, quickly.
I'm not religious, I'm part of the third of the population, but I don't find it offensive to hear the Lord's Prayer. So I actually quite like the idea of a minute's silence, because it's about contemplation and setting your path for the day and making your intentions clear. I quite like that everyone would get that focus, but to me, not a big deal.
No, get on with the job. It's not insulting. No, Lee Rhiannon's wrong about one thing. It's not insulting. There's no doubt about that.
All right, well, let us know what you think at home. It could divide a lot of people out there going to Facebook and Twitter. Roscoe and Shelley, great to have your company this morning.
As always. Still to come is the condition of...